When you get out of a toxic relationship, there are so many things that happen at first, right? There's a process that you go through, and there are varying degrees of what each woman is going to experience, and not everyone's going to go through the same type. It's not going to be the same for everyone, and not everyone will go through these things. But there are certain things that you can expect, and these are things that no one prepares you for. You know you want to get out. People urge you to get out. You try to get out. You're desperate to get out. And then one day you finally do, but no one prepares you for what happens next. No one told you that you were going to be feeling guilty and try to start empathizing with your toxic person or abuser, thinking that, it's not his fault he's like this, or feeling shame that now you're going to be a divorced woman, or believing you broke your vows because you didn't stick it out. Feeling exhilaration and empowerment for finally putting yourself first and standing up for what's right. And then feeling guilt and shame for finally putting yourself first and wondering if it's right. Constantly Googling and learning everything that you possibly can about what abuse is to gain some kind of validity that what you experienced actually was abuse. And if you're a Christian or some other religion, looking everywhere within your scriptures for some kind of proof that you're allowed to leave, or looking for evidence that you weren't supposed to. Going through all your old letters and documents and journals and videos and recordings, everything you possibly can to remember the abuse that you've forgotten, because you had to forget it in order to survive, right? And now you need proof that it really happened and you didn't just make it up and it was as bad as you thought it was. Feeling guilt and shame for staying so long. Guilty because you know it probably hurt other people, like your parents or your children or your friends, to stay. And shame because you believe you should have left sooner and maybe you think you should have known better. Feeling a longing and a tug and pull to go back because it was easier to stay where you were than to start all over. It was easier to just stay with what you know rather than to fight the battle of divorce and custody and fight for your freedom. Not knowing how to make a name for yourself and get a solid job because you don't even know what you're good at anymore. You don't know what you like anymore. Questioning your worth, believing you're broken, believing something's wrong with you, and constantly looking over your shoulder for like the next shoe to drop and ruin everything, proving that you never should have left in the first place. This is what's going on in your head, right? You weren't prepared to crumble with every trigger, which happens 1,000,001 times a day at first. Going to therapy forever only to have them make you feel worse, and not to mention feeling lost and hanging in between those sessions, feeling like you're not getting anywhere after months and months of going, not knowing where to start to begin to heal, feeling an ache in your body that feels like depression and you want to give in, exhaustion because trying to be positive and put on a smile and stay strong and get back on your feet is a full-time job, and it feels like you're putting on a show every day. Not knowing who you're doing it for. Are you doing it for you or for everyone else? And feeling anger and rage and disgust because your ex robbed everything of you for those years and your normal, functional life. These are things that when you were planning to get out, you probably were not prepared for these things. But I'm here to tell you that every single one of those things can be overcome. Every single one of them. I am a personal testament that it can be done. I help women all the time do that. Whether or not you choose to overcome all of those things is entirely up to you. The ball is in your court to decide if you're going to heal or if you're going to wallow. Are you going to continue to survive or are you going to thrive? Are you going to be a victim or a survivor? This is all up to you. And I'm here to tell you that you can do it. The power is inside of you. You may not know it. You may not know it, but it is there. It is in every single one of us. And it is just a process to access it and to harness it and embrace it and use it. I am here to help you on that journey. I have a whole program designed specifically for that because I lay out step by step exactly what I did along the way, and it has proven to help others. So if you want more information on that, follow the link to subscribe to my email list, and you'll get a whole host of resources and even a link to set up a free consultation with me. Completely free, with a little bit of coaching inside. We can plan your journey, completely curated for your needs, because everyone's needs are slightly different. So I hope to talk to you soon. My inbox is always open.